should you consider any of this information to be any form of investment advice in any way, shape, form, or fashion? There's no enticement here. The only thing that we're doing is actually trying to share information about a project that many of us have, engaged in the event that it may be something that you would be interested in as well. Like I said, I can tell by looking at some of the people that are here this evening, we have many individuals that are already participating in this platform, or what have you. But this tonight's overview is going to be geared toward those individuals that are looking at this for the very first time, so that you can get enough information to determine whether or not this is something that is either for you or that you would be interested in learning more information about, to determine whether it's something that you would like to engage in or not. We're not only are we going to be talking about the potential of being able to earn a form of income via tokenized assets, we will also be talking about improving your health. With that, I want to also offer a health disclaimer in that anytime you're engaging in physical activity, number one, you never want to overexert yourself. And if you're not sure about what you should be doing or are capable of doing, please consult your health professionals to make that determination so that you can put or organize a regimen that is fit for you as an individual. All those things being said, we call these presentations, we call them overviews. I personally like to call them conversations, because I just like talking about the different aspects that are associated with this particular project, so that in hopes that you'll be able to understand and gain some clarity on what it actually is. On the screen, you will see a slide, and I apologize. Let me see. You guys should be able to see my screen. Before I continue, Miss Rita, let me know whether or not you can see my screen or not.
Yes, I can see your screen.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
All right. So on the screen, you will see the name MoveQuest. MoveQuest is a culmination of what has come before it over the last 3 years. This particular project is built differently than most of the crypto projects that you will actually see. And when I say crypto projects, I want to make sure, especially for those of you that may be new to crypto, I want to make a distinction between a crypto project and a blockchain project, because blockchains in and of themselves are considered to be self-sustaining ecosystems. However, a lot of crypto or blockchain projects operate on top of existing blockchains, but they don't always have the principles or the characteristics of a blockchain. Well, GetFit Mining is the present name of the project that we're talking about. However, this project has been in development over the past 3 years in what we're calling a groundbreaking move to earn blockchain ecosystem that is in the process right now of a brand or a rebrand, if you will, into MoveQuest, because MoveQuest does a better job of encapsulating the true essence of what this ecosystem has the ability to present, not just now, but in the future. So branding to MoveQuest is the direction that everything is going, because this project truly has a long-term vision and it has the infrastructure to be sustainable, to be able to deliver that. So, like I said, although this project is not a blockchain, however, this particular project was built to run on a blockchain and was inspired by the original Bitcoin white paper, tokenomics. Why is that important to highlight here? It is because the Bitcoin, matter of fact, most of us are even engaged in the crypto space, not because Bitcoin was the first blockchain or cryptocurrency in existence, but it is the one that actually set the stage for crypto as we know it today. It's the blueprint that has been proven to be successful in the crypto space. Now, the creators and the development team behind this project designed it to function as a fully decentralized smart contract platform with a self-sustaining ecosystem that's actually driven by its global peer-to-peer community. That means me and you, the individuals that choose to participate in this ecosystem on a global scale are the ones that actually determine the viability, the sustainability, the value of the assets that are actually created within this platform. Unlike most projects that exist in the crypto space, where you're actually relying on, you know, the creators of the project or some product and hopefully some service that the project is offering to deliver, if you will, or you're taking your hard-earned assets and putting them into a project hoping for some type of a return. This particular project is built a little bit different in that just by engaging in the project on a daily basis, you are not only a participant, but you're also one that's being rewarded for your efforts within the ecosystem. And as we go further, hopefully that'll make a little bit more sense as to how everything works. But because of that self-sustaining structure that is there, this format gives the MoveQuest token, which is the symbol is MQT, real utility, because the people in the ecosystem actually have to utilize the actual token on a daily basis, or at least to begin to use the ecosystem. So it has a purpose. Most projects in the crypto space today lack a true utility, which is one of the reasons why you see the type of volatility in the space that you do, because people are putting their funds, hard-earned funds, into projects, hoping, speculating that something comes out on the other side, but nothing can sustain itself in the crypto space. Not just in the crypto space, but in the real world also. Normal traditional business cannot sustain unless there's a product, service, or solution that is being offered that people either need or want in large numbers. And that's one of the differentiating factors that this project brings to the marketplace. Now, we mentioned Move to Earn. This is a Move to Earn project. What is Move to Earn? Move to Earn is a blockchain-based gaming concept that rewards participants with tokens for engaging in physical activities such as walking, running, cycling, or other types of exercises or activity that gets individuals to move their body. This innovative model enhances the desire to be more active while combining fitness and finance to provide an additional income stream for users or the participants while promoting a healthy lifestyle, truly bringing together or finally bringing together health and wealth in the same ecosystem. Again, that we have the control to dictate to a certain degree how we're able to earn, how much we're able to earn, because the more we move, the more we have the ability to earn. Now, we talk about blending health and wealth. We're going to get to the wealth or the reward generation aspects here momentarily, but I want you to keep this in the back of your mind, because I like to highlight this first, because quite frankly, I believe it's probably the most valuable component of what this ecosystem actually does. People ask, okay, well, what's the product? What's the product of this platform? Well, I like to believe that health is your wealth. And this product actually brings better or improved health to anyone that chooses to engage in the ecosystem. From the American Heart Association, this particular, the information I'm about to share with you was some research that shows that walking at a brisk pace, at least 150 minutes a week, can help you think better, feel better, sleep better. It can help you reduce your risk of serious diseases like heart disease, stroke, diabetes, several types of cancers. It can help improve your blood pressure, blood sugar levels, and your blood cholesterol levels. It can help increase your energy and stamina. It can improve your mental and emotional well-being and reduce your risk of depression, improve memory, and reduce your risk of dementia, boost bone strength, and reduce the risk of osteoporosis. And it can also, and this is one of the, I don't want to say the most important, but the most prevalent, if you will, things that most of the people under the sound of my voice right now, the majority, typically look at. When we look in the mirror as we age or what have you, we look in the mirror and we say, man, I need to lose a little body fat. I want to look better when I see myself and when other people see me. So being able to reduce or prevent weight gain is something that is overwhelmingly important to the masses. And we know this, but here's a harsh reality. We know it, but we always put it off. We know the things that we need to do in order to reduce our weight. We know we need to eat right. We know we need to get exercise, make better choices. But for some reason, we're all living in a society today that is extremely sedentary. We live at kind of that microwave mentality, we're a technology-based society where we click buttons and have our food delivered. We don't go outside and clean the yard. We have people that do that. Things that in years past created a more active lifestyle or whatever. Our children now are playing video games for hours on end instead of when most of us were kids, we were told to get up, go outside and play. That's not happening anymore. So it is fostering a new age of individuals that are completely sedentary. And we're seeing the byproduct of that in the health status of most people across the world, not just here in the United States, but across the world or what have you. And even though we know these things, sometimes it takes a little jolt. It takes, something to help motivate us to get up off the couch, to go move around just a little bit more, just a little bit more. And the thing that most people gravitate toward or will react to is making money, getting something of value that will make them actually go and move. That's what this project is. That's what this project does. And that is what Move to Earn actually represents. And this is a Move to Earn project that has actually been done the right way. Why do I say that? Here's a few milestones that have presented themselves over the course of the last little less than 4 months. Since January the 21st, when the MQT MoveQuest token launched on Uniswap, which is the largest decentralized exchange in the world, it launched at $1. And for a period, a couple weeks after the launch, for a period, it held the #1 gainer token on the Avalanche blockchain, which is what we're presently mining on, for over 30 days. That was strong in the crypto space to have a project that was able to consistently grow over that period of time and be recognized for that. It's had global financial impact and health impact on individuals that have chosen to participate in this ecosystem. MQT at one point around September the 6th actually reached $100+ per token. Presently, there's over 5,000 plus accounts mining, and the ecosystem has paid out in excess of $14 million. Now, I don't know about you, but if you've had or spent any time in the crypto space, number one, yes, there's been tokens that go from, a dollar up north of 100. There's been projects out there that have had some type of a global impact where people were able to earn. There's probably even been projects that have paid out more than $14 million. But here's the difference. Here's the difference that I see, just my opinion. This project is still operational. Most of those projects that have done that are gone. They have failed, and they failed in a very short period of time because people were just putting in money, their hard-earned assets, based on the fact that they're being told that the value is going to go up. But the projects themselves had no substance. They had nothing that would keep people engaged or encourage them to continue to engage with that ecosystem. Now, here we are, a little over 100, around 110 days or so into this project, and the value of the token is no longer $100. However, it is still sustaining itself north of somewhere in the neighborhood of $18, $19, somewhere in that ballpark. That is strong to still be a $19 token after paying out $14 million in less than 120 days. And those individuals that have participated and have had the luxury of, taking some withdrawals, here's the kicker. They're still mining on a daily basis. And what's happening? They're accruing and replenishing those tokens that they've previously withdrawn. And every single day they submit, they feed into the ecosystem, which helps continuously bring in liquidity to the platform. And they're receiving a reward on the other side that has value, that at some point in the future, they will probably choose to benefit themselves by actually withdrawing some additional tokens at some point in the future. Now, as we go through this evening, I want you to take this into consideration and understand that this platform is new to most people. Adoption to the crypto space in and of itself is new to the vast majority of the people around the world. And I want you to think about the fact that that's currently the case. However, as more and more people learn about blockchain technology, cryptocurrency, and are looking for viable, long-term, sustainable projects to engage in, projects like MoveQuest are going to be at the forefront of what people are going to be looking at because of the sheer nature of how it is structured and the fact that it is sustainable long term. The value of the token matters not at this present time. Why is that? Because the ecosystem, remember in the beginning, I said this is a peer-to-peer ecosystem. It's all based on what the people in the ecosystem determine the value of the token is by their participation. And if you believe, as we go throughout this tonight, if you believe that more people around the world will gravitate toward being rewarded to improve their health over time, the ecosystem structure automatically, by default, allows for the asset within the ecosystem, the MQT token, to increase in value as the participation increases. So, as we move on, How does this work? Well, there's several components of the ecosystem. What we bring, the people, what we bring to the ecosystem is our physical activity. All right, so keep that in mind. We bring our physical activity. The platform itself provides the app, the GetFit, presently anyway, the GetFit Mining app, soon to be the MoveQuest app, is available for download on Android and iOS devices. It syncs seamlessly with your Google Fit app on your phone and Apple Health on your iOS devices to track user activities such as steps, distance, calories, workouts, and sleep. Users earn rewards based on their daily physical activity. We bring the physical activity, they provide the app that compiles the information from the apps that are on the devices that we already own. Your cell phones, your tablets, your smartwatches, and fitness bands. These are things that most people already have both of, or at least one of already. So you have the equipment, your physical activity, and your phone to be able to get started mining the MoveQuest token. But I always like to make this point here. Your privacy always matters. MoveQuest prioritizes user privacy by ensuring that personal information is not shared with third parties or stored on servers. All transactions occur directly on the blockchain, guaranteeing transparency and privacy protection for all users. Here's the kicker. Because this is a blockchain project, you never have to provide any of your personal information. Then you'll have those people that say, well, Herschel, my phone is going to be tracking me. Your phone is already tracking your physical activity, among other things, but you're not being compensated for it. As far as MoveQuest is concerned, none of that information is important to the ecosystem itself. Because when we are out mining this token with our physical activity, we're producing what's called a hash. Those hashes are randomized numbers sequenced by the different categories that we mentioned before, your steps, distance, calories, workouts, and sleep, that generate a series of numbers that represent a hash. So all MoveQuest is doing is taking those numbers and recording those numbers to the blockchain. That's what is actually taking place. Now, in order to start mining with within the ecosystem, each individual actually has to have a miner. Earnings are based on daily activity and the mining capacity users obtain, which kind of gamifies the experience to encourage more activity. Users need to at least have one digital miner to start earning, which can be upgraded for increased capacity, which we'll talk about in a second. And each account that a miner has or an individual has that chooses to mine can actually have up to 8 active miners at any given point in time. As you can see displayed on the screen, here are the 5 miners presently available within the ecosystem. We have the Lenny, Primary, Ultra, Alpha, and Omega miners. Each one of them has its represented mining capacity underneath them, 50%, 100%, 150, 200, and 400% respectively. When a person comes into the ecosystem and they want to mine, the first thing they have to do is go out to the open market and acquire MQT. MQT, again, is the token of the ecosystem. And in order to mine, here's utility number 1. In order to mine, you have to have a miner. And in order to get a miner, you have to acquire it by purchasing it with the MoveQuest token. Now, once you have acquired your miners, then we have the mining docks. After acquiring the miners, the mining dock slots must be unlocked to utilize their power. Each miner must be placed, so every miner that you choose to buy must be placed in one of the 8 available dock slots to maximize mining power per account, which is crucial for increasing daily shares and determining daily token rewards. Now, everyone gets at least one free docking slot. Should you choose, and which most people do, whether it be immediately or over time, choose to get more than one miner so that you can actually have more power to generate more rewards. Each miner that you have beyond the first one, you have to pay to unlock the additional docking slots. Yet again, these docking slots are unlocked using the MoveQuest token, second utility of the MQT token. So you have to have it in order to get the additional docking slots to put your miners in. Then we touched on it. You got your miners, you got your docking slots to put them in. Now, everyone starts with a Lenny miner, which was that lowest powered miner that we shared with you. When you purchase a Lenny, right now it is the equivalent of $50 US worth of MQT. And that miner has a 50% mining capacity. If you want to increase the mining power of that Lenny, you're not buying another miner. What you're doing is what we call evolve that miner up to or trade it in and pay the difference to get a primary, which is the next level of miner. So one Lenny to a primary is 40 USDT. And that USDT is on the Avalanche blockchain, which will increase the mining capacity of that miner to 100%. If you want more, you can take that primary and evolve it up to an ultra for an additional 50 USDT to get 150% mining power. You can take that ultra and go up to an alpha for an additional 75% USDT to take it to 200% mining capacity. And then we have the Omega miner. That is the highest powered miner within the ecosystem. Why would a person want to go to an Omega? Here's why. You only have 8 available docking slots. So in order to increase your mining capacity beyond just having 8 alphas, one would need to take 2 alphas and merge them together to form one Omega miner, which would give them 400% mining capacity that they could utilize that power in one of those docking slots to allow them to earn more rewards on a daily basis in conjunction with the physical activity that they produce. And if you want more, then you just add additional Omega miners to the remaining docking slots that you have so that eventually you could have 8 Omegas working for you, maximizing your mining capacity. Now, understand this. The evolution process and the ability to evolve for more power is 100% optional. It is not necessary. The only thing that is necessary to participate in this ecosystem is to acquire a $50 worth of MQT Lenny miner. And then from there, an individual can determine if and when they choose to acquire more than one or to evolve those up for more mining power. What does that do? That makes this platform affordable for the majority of the people on the planet. The barrier of entry to participate in this platform is extremely low. So anybody can participate, and a person can choose to go through this evolution process or acquire more miners without actually having to come out of pocket. It may take time. but you can actually evolve and acquire more assets out of profit generated from your physical activity, should you choose, versus coming out of pocket. Or you can do a combination of the two, part pocket, part profit. Every individual can determine what situation they're in and determine what's best for them. You can mitigate your risk for those of you that are risk adverse by doing that. And for those of you that actually see the picture, see the vision, see and understand how the ecosystem operates, have the ability to do it out of pocket first so that you can see a faster return from a profit perspective. All is open for each individual to do as they choose. So, how would a person get started? What would that picture look like should they decide to move forward? Number one, it's a simple setup process. If you're new to crypto, it may seem it's not difficult. It just may seem new to you because you're unfamiliar. But in a nutshell, one must have a decentralized wallet that gives them access to a dApp browser. So a dApp wallet. Most of us use MetaMask, but you can use you can use Trust Wallet, you can use Token Pocket, and there's a handful of other wallets that are out there that can be utilized to engage with this platform. And if you have an Android device, you'll want to download Google Fit if it's not already on your phone. If you have an iOS device, you can download Apple Health if it's not already on your phone or active. Then you would download the GetFit Mining app. Once you have your wallet and everything in place, you would want to make sure that you fund your wallet with MQT. And if you want to evolve, you would need to swap. You would fund your wallet with AVAX, which is the native token to the Avalanche blockchain. And inside of MetaMask specifically, you can swap AVAX directly into MQT. Or if you're using another wallet, you can actually go directly to Uniswap or SushiSwap or one of the decentralized exchanges that currently offers MQT, and you can take that AVAX and actually swap it for MQT and or USDT, depending on what it is that you want to do. So that process is relatively simple, but here's the kicker. There's plenty of assistance available to help walk you through the process, whether it's digital videos, whether it's the person that shared this with you, whether it's our daily Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. Eastern overview help desk / all-purpose calls, or whether it be directly with customer support offered directly from the MoveQuest platform. So there's plenty of assistance, so you don't have to worry about already being in the crypto space, understanding crypto and all of that kind of stuff. That type of assistance is and can be provided. After that, it's just all about plugging into the system. Save yourself stress, time, energy, and money. Number one, plug into the community, join in so you can stay up to date to information, everything that's going on, the trainings and webinars that are being provided on a weekly basis. Utilize live support, as I mentioned. Educate yourself in the crypto space. Get educated in the crypto space. We didn't talk about this, but most of us are, whether we like it, understand it, believe in it, care about it, or even want it, it's a fact that blockchain technology, digital currencies are here to stay. They're not going anywhere. And at some point or another, if it hasn't already, it will impact your life in some way, shape, form, or fashion. And the more knowledgeable about it that you are, the better position you're going to be in to take advantage of the opportunities that it actually presents you, or to stay away from or mitigate situations that could have been harmful to you. Number 5, make an impact. How do you make an impact? This is a peer-to-peer community. If this or any of the things that I've said resonates with you, and it sounds like something that you may be interested in, there's going to be someone else out there that you know that may be interested in it also. So you can make an impact on this community by just telling someone else about it. MoveQuest is what I like to call the perfect balance of health and wealth. Perfect balance between health and wealth. Now, this may not play because I have it on a different screen, but I'm going to show the video or whatever anyway. Right now, this ecosystem is going through a rebrand, and we're going to MoveQuest. And once that rebrand takes place, some of the things that we're doing now are going to be totally enhanced. Totally enhanced. And after this video, we're going to talk about it. Now, again, not sure if you guys were able to hear that or not, and it doesn't matter one way or the other. Here it is in a nutshell. The transition that's taking place is yet again, and you've heard me say the word evolve and evolution multiple times. Just like as an individual that's out of shape, that wants to become healthier or get back fit or whatever the case is, that doesn't happen overnight. There's an evolution process that takes place when you start walking again, when you start working out again. Muscles have to, get back in line, so to speak, or whatever. Your cardiovascular system has to get back in line or grow or what have you and get better. You progress through different stages. No different than this platform and this ecosystem. Over the last 3 years, it has like a baby. It's been growing. It's been evolving as a project. We're about to hit another stage of this another level of this project. And with that is going to come additional things that are being offered to the ecosystem. Now, I don't have slides for this, so I'm just going to talk through it. We talked about being able to mine on a daily basis with our physical activity. That's great. And many people would be happy, I know I would be happy with just that and that alone. But here's what's happening. Once the rebrand actually takes place, and I'm hearing it is imminent. I can't give you a day and time, but it is imminently, it is right here before us. When it comes out, there's going to be challenges. What does that mean? Challenges are the opportunity to do two things. One, allow each and every one of us to participate in activities that would allow us or afford us the opportunity to generate more revenue, rewards from our physical activity by pushing ourselves. That's one thing. Number two, the way the ecosystem is structured, if you're a person that is personable, likes to engage, it gives you the opportunity to promote your own challenges and get people to join the activities that you personally design for people to participate in. Doing what? Affording you the opportunity to generate additional passive income by being a host of challenges. You can do them daily. You can do them multiple times a day. You can do them weekly, monthly, biannually, annually, whatever your choice is. You set it up and you promote it, and you will be able to reap rewards from the activity that people actually bring to your particular challenge. That's number one. Number two, we have boosts. You say, well, what is a boost, Herschel? I'm not a kid. I'm not a video gamer. I don't know what all this stuff means. What is a boost? And even for those of you that's already in the ecosystem, this is what a boost will do. Have you had one of those days where You didn't get a chance to go and get your 20,000 steps in, your 10 miles, and all your physical activity over the course of that day, or what have you, just because you got tied up at work or whatever the case may be, or you wasn't feeling well. Well, boosts will allow you to actually use some of your MQT to acquire a boost so that you can actually push your shares up for the day to allow you to stay on track. And I say MQT, it may be USDT or AVAX. I don't know exactly how that's going to be structured as of yet, but it will allow you to acquire a boost towards your shares so that you can make up for that missed workout or that missed level of activity that you've grown accustomed to and not miss out from a reward perspective. That's one of the other things that's going to be there. The sign up process in and of itself is being enhanced to simplify even more the onboarding process for individuals to share or participate within this ecosystem, to make it easier for those of you to talk to friends and family and coworkers and things like that about this particular platform, where they don't have to know as much or have to have as much hand holding in order to get set up, and speeds up the process. And one of the last things I want to talk about, which is the one that I personally am most excited about, is the leasing. And when we talk about leasing, I want you to think about the real estate market and think about yourself as being an individual, a real estate investor, and you have rental properties. Well, the way this ecosystem is designed, as we mentioned before, you can only have presently up to 8 miners mining for you in any one account. And yes, you can have more than one account. You just have to have a separate device, separate, watch, and all of that kind of stuff in order to mine multiple accounts. And some people do it. Some people do it very, very, very successfully. But for some of you, one of two things: either A, you're good with one watch, one phone. Some of you, you can only put so many watches and phones on two arms, but yet you like the ecosystem and you want to continue to accumulate assets, just like a real estate investor likes to accumulate. They call them doors, right? How many doors do you have? Because those doors determine the type of revenue that you can actually generate. And in this example, I want to use more of an apartment complex. Instead of having houses scattered all over the place, imagine having an apartment complex where you can acquire miners and dock them and allow other individuals to come and lease those miners from you, but not with money, with their physical activity. You acquire the asset, the property, the real estate. In this case, that's the miner. And you put it up for rent. And tenants come and lease your property, but they lease it with their physical activity. And your rent rate is based on a split where, for example, I'll just use this as an example. A person wanted to come and rent 8 miners from you. Let's call that a unit. 8 miners from you. And let's just say, for easy math, they were able to earn 1 token per day, or generate 1 token a day from their physical activity. And let's say you put that unit on the market for a 60-40 split. That means you now have a rent house that is paying you 40% of what's being generated per day off of the physical activity that someone else has produced. Now, their responsibility, just like if you rented an apartment, their responsibility is to cover the utilities. They got to pay their own light bill. They got to turn on their own water, gas, whatever the case may be, internet, whatever. In this scenario, that would be the submission fees, what they actually have to pay to submit on a daily basis. They would be responsible for, but they did not have to come out of pocket on the front end to acquire miners. On the front end. What does that do? That does this. Holistically, this is what happens. You now are able to go and talk to people that know very little about cryptocurrency, but are interested or curious. Those individuals that are skeptical don't want to risk any money. They're totally risk adverse. People that on your chicken list that, you've been afraid to talk to about or share, MoveQuest with them because, you're scared that, you don't want to put yourself in a position where you're bringing somebody to the table and they lose some money or whatever the case is. Whatever the scenario is now, you now have a method by which you, as an individual, can actually acquire additional miners, or you can utilize the global leasing dock where other individuals that have extra or additional miners have placed them, and you now can talk to anyone about participating in this platform. And all they would need to do is have a wallet and a little bit of AVAX to cover gas fees in their wallet and start mining with their physical activity. Here's what happens. As they're mining, call it 10 days, 20 days, 30 days, or whatever the case is, when they are able to actually claim those tokens and take those tokens and cash those tokens in or turn them into USDT so they can see it's tangible and send it back to their bank account or whatever the case may be, those people that were skeptical are now believers. Those people that did not have that were believers but did not have the resources are now in a position to where they can look and say, wait a minute, just like you would if you was renting an apartment, but you wanted a house. When they're looking at the physical activity that they're doing on a daily basis and saying, wait a minute, I'm only getting 60% of this minus the submission fees. How do I get rid of my landlord? Well, now, without coming out of pocket, unless they choose to, now what they're able to do is actually start utilizing that MQT that they're generating. Because what? In order to get miners, you have to get miners with MQT. In order to unlock docking slots, you unlock docking slots with MQT. Now they're able to take that MQT and start acquiring their own assets. And as their assets grow, and as they make the decision, should they, to evolve their miners up, two things happen. Number one, if you lease those miners to them, or if those miners were leased from the global leasing dock, doesn't matter. Those miners then come out of their docking slots and they replace them with their own. At that point, you now have inventory back that you can put the next person in. And that person that's still leasing your other miners, if they haven't, bought 8 of their own, is now earning more because they're now keeping 100% of those new miners that they have and just splitting the amount that comes from yours. When that happens, think about this. You now have created a passive income stream for yourself in 2 ways. This particular ecosystem is not a network marketing platform, but it does have an affiliate commission attached to it. When a person purchases a Lenny miner that you personally have shared this with, you earn a 10% reward. So $50 worth of MQT, you'll get $5 worth of MQT for that purchase. Now, the commission structure has been enhanced. It's only a 2-level affiliate where now when that person gets that Lenny and they want to evolve it up for more power, you get 10% of the evolution cost at each one of those levels also. So now the leasing docks turn into a way to bring people to the table risk-free, but yet turn into an additional passive income beyond just splitting the physical activity, because now they want more miners. What does that also do? Using that system and churning through and still having real estate available or miners available organically, as more and more of us are doing that, what happens? The ecosystem grows. And as the ecosystem is growing, so is the value of MQT, which is the token that we're working to mine on a daily basis. And as that happens, think about the multiplicity associated with that process over time, not overnight, but over time. And then you start getting people that are not coming to the table looking to get rich in 30 or 40 days. You have people that are coming just looking for something that is solid, something that is real, something that is tangible, something that allows them to put an extra $200, $300, $400, $500, $600 a month in their pocket to cover insurance, to cover kids' band uniforms, to be able to make sure the car note is covered or the lights stay on. That is going to be the crux, if you will, of what I see this ecosystem, this platform being over time. The average everyday person having something that they can actually win with. That is what I see with MoveQuest and the direction that it is going in. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's not a scam. It's a carefully designed ecosystem that has been designed for long-term sustainability. And the offer is being extended to you to either engage, get your questions answered in the event that you have some, or to just say thank you for taking the time out to listen to what it's all about. This platform will not be for everybody, but it's available for everybody that wants it. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to conclude tonight's presentation. I hope that someone received something positive from it, or at least was able to make a decision whether or not they want to engage further or not. We have these calls on Tuesday and Thursday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. We also have presentations on Mondays and Wednesdays at 12 p.m. Eastern, and on Saturdays at 11 a.m. Eastern. I believe those times are right. If they're wrong, I apologize. And the person that shared this with you will be able to get you the links and or information for the next Zoom or what have you. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to conclude tonight's call. I hope, again, everyone has a wonderful evening, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.